and my internet just shut down. So my internet just got off. I couldn't help it. Internet just struck down. Pretty bad. Pretty bad, sir. Pretty bad. And my mic is working. That's good. That is goody good. What's up?
What happened?
So the internet just got down.
Oh, fuck.
Internet just no internet.
Huh? Still?
Yeah, now it's better. Now it's better. The internet was just like, oh, for like 2 minutes, the internet just got off.
Oh fuck. Onion moving bearish.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna move
Oh.
bearish here on the break of the low. So I'm thinking about more selling situation right now than anything else. But obviously, in the next 9 minutes, we have monetary policy. So I don't want to mess with pound right now. Well, let me share the link on Slack.
Maybe on break of the previous hourly candles low. Take an impulse entry now.
There's news happening, so it's better staying away. I think if it's gonna move, it's gonna move. You know, obviously. Updated link. Duncan. Da. Da.
On. And needs on. Spreading a weak feel. GJ.
And pound yen is moving down 8 minutes before the news. Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting? Monetary policy report in the next 7 minutes. Wow, pound yen is moving down here. Pound yen is moving down 7 minutes before the news. Ooh, it's moving down. It's breaking the range. It's just pushing down. Broke the low. I mean, I haven't taken any entry, but it's actually interesting looking at the way it's moving right now. All right, so pound is retracing pretty heavy at this point in time. And we are in about 5 minutes away from the news. So it's kind of interesting the way it's moving. Let's just have a look and see how pound AUD is doing right now. Obviously, pound AUD is ranging side by side again. Pretty simple. Pound USD, on the other hand, pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. So obviously we are not in any sort of trade right now. It doesn't make sense to be in a trade because obviously it's news time in the next 4 minutes. We will see some sort of volatility. And do I really want to be part of that market massacre? Maybe no. Now one more time. So I'm actually waiting for possible gold buys if that's going to happen. So just have to wait a little bit more. Obviously above 18, 16, 40. It's kind of looking nice because that's going to be the break of the previous range as well. I mean, so we will see. Obviously, 30-minute candle looking pretty nice, but cannot put myself in a bad position because obviously this is a very volatile time. Monetary policy. Obviously, they're going to talk a lot more than just monetary policy. So it's going to be interesting in the next 4 minutes. And on Friday, tomorrow, we have the NFP. Ooh, the market may be waiting for this high volatile news as well. So it's going to be interesting. Non-farm employment change, NFP. This is one of the highest volatile, highest volume induced sort of a news event. The volatility peaks to the highest. So we'll see. NFP. If the guys in the YouTube, if you guys don't know what NFP is, just go in and search for it. It's one of the most volatile US dollar news event. All right, so Spain FX says internet is just down even here in Africa. Ooh. Yeah, man, I don't know about Africa, but my internet just shut down for 2 minutes. I was like, God damn. I was like, what's happening? Come on. What is happening? I'm going to focus more on pound yen here. So it's kind of interesting. So what I'm going to do is, this was a roughly drawn channel like a few sessions back. And it was quite interesting the way prices actually acted very close to this channel. So what I'm going to do is at this point in time, I'm just going to extend this channel just for the sake of price action viewing. Obviously, it's going to be interesting if the price is going to act or engage in this channel one more time. So let's see what's going to happen. All right. Yep, pretty interesting. Roughly drawn channel just over there, and I'm kind of chilling. I mean, around high news event time, I don't want to enter a few minutes before the news, right? Obviously, the market is dropping. It's very apparent. So for any sort of sell, I have to wait for candles to break below 150 to 250. And any sort of buy, I have to see candles break above 150 to 765. And eventually buys may play out. I mean, I'm just waiting here at this point in time. All right, so in the next 20 seconds, we're gonna experience some sort of volume. Let's see how the market's gonna move. It's gonna be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Are you ready for the rumble? Rumble in the house. In the next 9 seconds. Ooh, the spread jumped to like 30 pips. Ooh, 50 pips. 50. Oh, no, not 50. Sorry, 5 pips. The spread jumped to 5 pips. Ooh, it's still 5 pips. It's 6 pips right now. Ooh. Oh my God. Look at the volatility. 6 pips of spread. So, ooh, and the market is dropping slowly. Okay. Are we dropping? All right. So let's see. The spread is still really high. The spread is still very high. And the market is dropping. Oh my God. Rejected off of that daily resistance. Not daily, sorry, 4-hour rejection area. And it's actually pushing down at this point in time. So it's actually interesting the way it's actually pushing down. Look at this. High volume. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wait for the price to break below 152.055. So I actually didn't place any sell stop, right? So obviously it's pushing down at this point in time. So it seems like pound yen is pretty bearish. It's interesting how the way it's moving right now, right? So if I have to make the candles naked one more time, look at the daily candle. Daily candle is still bullish. And I mean, there is a daily support right around here, right? So obviously you have to see how the daily candle is going to move because we are halfway through the week as well. And it's interesting because halfway through higher time frame candles, so we have seen candles moving halfway through in an opposite direction, and the half of the candle moves consistently in its original direction. So I have to wait and see where the candles are willing to move. At this point in time, candles retracing pretty heavy. It looks like this is a potential liquidity wick here. Now, if I have to make the charts back with its drawing, look at this. Look at the way it's just hanging around there. Pretty solid. The range has come. The spread has come back to its normal point now in about 1 and 1.5 pip, which is good. And let's just see how the news turned out to be. Anything optimistic or what was the case? Let's see. Policy report. Let's see. Okay. So where's the report? Where is the report? All right. Any report? I mean, come on. What's happening? What is happening? No reports. Jackie M says so volatile. Ooh, this is another headline in about 3 hours ago. That's why pound yen was so bullish today. All right. In about 3 hours ago, Tokyo gave out a news about COVID situation. Ooh, okay. Any news? I mean, monetary policy. Okay, so we just got that monetary policy. What does it have to say? The bank's monetary policy committee sets monetary policy to keep which supports growth and jobs subject to maintaining price stability. And MPC is also required to support the government's economic policy. Index. Okay, sounds pretty optimistic. They're trying to. They are still keeping that positive aura, so it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Monetary policy. Oh, and the candles are flipping bullish. Wow. So it looks like the liquidity wick is only going to cause the prices in pound yen to push up. So what I'm going to do is, at this point in time, I'm thinking about buys. So where can I take a buy? So maybe above 152.765 eventually. So let's see what's going to happen. Because from a higher time frame point of view, 152. I mean, anything above this 4-hour rejection area. I mean, that's going to be nice, right? And 152.765 is a daily rejection area as well for me. So I have to see how the candles are going to move. Right now, pretty bullish. I mean, no signs of bearish candles. I mean, candles are rejecting the bottom, rejecting the support at this point in time. It's starting to push up. Just have to see the candles breaking the high. I mean, we are in about 56 minutes away from the market open. So that's a really good sign. So let's just wait and see what's going to happen. And let's just make the charts naked, a little bit of naked chart. And the candles, 4-hour candle. Oh, look at the 4-hour candle. Look at the 4-hour candles. Ooh, wick on the bottom, right? I'm actually waiting for buys above 152. Let's see. 152.765. 152.765. Market is pretty volatile and pretty bullish at this point in time. Just pushing up. A lot of optimism in pound, according to the monetary report. I mean, an overview, just a quick read and an overview just gives me like an optimism. So we'll see. We'll see how the monetary policy has been summed up, right? And at this point in time, the market's just grabbing liquidity on the top and the bottom. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Just give me a second, guys. Mandish, can you take it over? Can you take the mic over, please?
Yeah, just waiting for the big move. Waiting for the big move on pound yen. Waiting for the big move above the daily candles top wick, previous rejection area. It looks like pound yen is pretty bullish at the moment. So Mm. Hello, Kevin. Hello, hello.
Louis, looks like Mr. Kevin is in the house. Is it our Kevin or is it another Kevin? Because there's a lot of Kevin. Because there's a lot of Kevin
Oh,
out there in the world.
oh, I thought it was Mr. Kevin K.
Is it Mr. Kevin K or is it another Kevin?
I was wrong, maybe.
Looks like pound yen is just breaking a lot of people's heart here. Pound yen is breaking a lot of people's heart. In about 27 pip a move on the upside, in about 23 pips move on the downside. So this is the clear signal that, you know what, you got to be careful. Don't overtrade and over risk right at this point in time, man. We actually talked about it. We talked about the volatility, and look at the way it's moving right now. It's still in that range. It's still in that range. It hasn't moved anywhere. I mean, it's still waiting for the liquidity. It's trying to judge. It's trying to be decisive where to move. It's grabbing liquidity on the downside, on the upside. I mean, yeah, pretty solid here. Pretty solid. Ooh. Let's see. I'm waiting for sells below 152.250. Waiting for buys above 152.765. Ooh. All right, so waiting for a 30-minute and hourly candle to close below 152.250. If any of the candles starts closing below 152.250, I mean, that's a good sign for the candles to push down with volume. So let's see what's going to happen. We just experienced the news volatility. We are only 30 minutes away from that news. That news has passed, but the volatility is still in the market. So kind of have to wait for the volatility to die. I mean, if you have a terminal in front of you, you will see the spreads kind of slowing down now. Before it was like 5 to 6 pips of spread because of the volatility, and that's where the market flushes a lot of retail traders out, right? But at the same time, if you guys observe the spread right now, it's in about 10 points. That is 1 pip, right? So 1 pip of spread. I mean, it's kind of picking up slowly but surely. It's going to move somewhere. We just gotta wait. I mean, it's not a right time to take a position right here when the candle is opened up, especially when it has a long wick on the top, long wick at the bottom. And it's kind of wait time here on pound JPY. And let's see how pound USD moved, right? So it's going to be interesting. Pound USD, something similar. I mean, very similar. Same effect around the pound AUD, pound USD, pound JPY. I mean, nothing different. Let's look at gold in the other hand, because obviously some of the shock effects are also seen in gold. At the time of volatility, uncertainty, gold tends to move up. So kind of waiting to see if I can actually catch a buy too on gold, but definitely waiting for the candles to break 18, 16, 40. That way I have a clear range on the upside. So kind of waiting here. I'm not in any sort of trade. It's always a waiting sort of a aura or a posture that you need in the market. If you wait, you see the market moving consistently and you're not fighting the trend, fighting the volatility. So it's way easier, right? So practice patience. And pound yen is pushing down nice and slow below 152.250, which is a good sign. I mean, candles are making resistance, which is pretty good, and the 15-minute candle has closed bearish. So I'm thinking about a selling situation, right? So for me to take a sell, I clearly know that if the candles are pushing down, it has to make lower low, lower high, right? So what does that mean? That means I need to see resistance on the smaller time frame, especially. So on a smaller time frame, if I don't see resistance, I mean, I'm not going to take an entry. So there are chances for the price to push down, but I'm still waiting. I am still waiting.
While we're waiting on us, share some of your experience trading the news.
Oh my God, man. All right, so I'm going to share some of my news experience. I'll tell you guys this, all right? One of the best news experience, NFP. I actually made a lot of money trading NFP, but again, at the same time, I never recommend anybody trading news. Some of the traders out there, they even say that, you know what, trading news is gambling. I mean, some of the people can handle it because they do have that extra bit of money, but why do you really want to blow it, right? So again, some of the traders have made a lot of money trading news, but I have been burned. Over years, I have been burned. So I never touched the fire, right? Now I know that, you know what? The caveman has known the fire burns. So I never touch the fire anymore. So when the market has high impact news like such, like NFP, like this, I'm like, you know what? It is what it is, and I just stay out of it. I've been burned pretty bad. So in a day, I was like, I tripled the money. And the next day, I blew everything. So such an experience, NFP. I may even have this. I may even have the leisure. It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't want to be when the news comes in. You want to wait there when the volatility dies and you see some of the structure, and that's when you enter. I know a lot of beginner traders, they have hurt themselves right here. I know. Because people, I mean, they start somewhere, right? I mean, everybody starts somewhere. So when you hurt yourself, when you overtrade, when you don't follow the textbook guidelines, I mean, you definitely will get hurt. And some of the guys out there, they don't even know some of the things, some of the most I would say some of the most basic things to do, or some of the most basic etiquette about the market. They don't know when to get in the market. They don't know when to get out of the market and just absorb the market. You know, they don't know the difference. So we have to kind of build that habit of just looking at the market as per the experience sake, not just for clicking buttons. I mean, that's just about it. That's just something I have to say. Now, looking at the candles right now in pound yen, I mean, it's moving down nice and slow, making another high. I mean, the volatility has died. Died, I would say. I'm not going to enter right here when the price is in the range, but I'm still waiting. So I would definitely wait. Our Jackie M says trading news is high risk, high reward. Well, I mean, it is. It could be a high reward, but again, at the same time, I'll tell you this, right? So at the time of high news event, there are very high chances of slippage. Okay, so when slippage happens, obviously some of the guys who haven't traded news, maybe they don't know what is slippage. So whenever slippage happens, for example, let's say you place a trade with your stop loss and a take profit, right? Whenever a slippage happens and the brokerages system cannot grasp the best price from their liquidity feed, your position turns out to be negative, even if it's moving in a original profit. So, for example, let's say with the news, if I had taken a sell around here, if I had a pending order over there, my position will be slipped. Why? Because the terminal won't be able to catch that price. Because the price is moving so fast in a matter of a second. There's high amount of liquidity, high amount of volume volatility, and that's when you get hurt. That's when you get actually hurt. That's it. So there's high chances of slippage. You don't want to experience slippage anytime. And the spreads are really high. That means if your stop loss is in about 10, 12 pips, it's going to get stopped out easily. Easy peasy. Because look at the way the market moved, right? So let's say I took a sell here. And if my stop loss was in about 40 pips, look at this. The market retraced up like 30 pips. Oh my God. I would be in a mini heart attack. So why would you want to put yourself in a mini heart attack sort of situation? So, man, it doesn't make sense. 100% it doesn't make sense. And the previous 5-minute candle closed bearish around 152 to 50 sort of level, and it's pushing down, making highs and lows, which is pretty good. Obviously, the market, New York market's going to open up in the next 39 minutes. And maybe New York volume is going to move the market consistently. So, kind of waiting game here right now. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum. And we are still waiting. We are still waiting. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Pound yen really volatile at this point in time. Amandish has sent the chart. Let's just have a look at the chart. Ooh, nice. From the Slack, and he says, all right, took a sell on the break of the low. Ooh, beautiful. Gold, 15-minute. So he was waiting after a heavy move up. 15-minute candle closed below the previous broken resistance, correcting to the candles. That's actually nice. Potential fake out. Secured on 10 pips. Beautiful price action. Highs on the previous 5-minute candles were all respected. Ooh, nice. There's actually quite nice price action reading over there, just right there. I mean, guys in the YouTube, if you guys want to learn, I mean, this is something really nice. He was talking about the 15-minute candle close, observing the price action and resistance was kept in mind, obviously. And he was waiting for the candles to close, right? So candle close is very important. Mandish, pretty good. I love the way how you're actually learning storytelling. You know, I mean, we've been practicing this for some time, and Mandish has grown significantly over time. Really good. Really good, Mandish, really good. So a sell on the break of the low. This was a valid idea. Really valid idea, to be honest. Good work. All right, so the guys in the YouTube, if you guys don't know how to journal your trade, I mean, I'm going to send you guys this link. Look at this. This is how you journal your trade. There you go. So the guys in the YouTube. And this is another good storytelling. I'm gonna post this link too. Is there anything happening tonight? Oh, unemployment claims. Oh, unemployment claims. So the numbers were pretty bad last time. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Hopefully it's gonna turn out to be good here. Let's see. And right now, pound yen is still in that range. Previous 30-minute candle closed dodgy as expected. I mean, it has a very long wick on the top and bottom. And the current candle is still hanging around inside the range, but looks like there's a higher chance for the candles to push down here. Let's see how this hourly candle is going to close in the next 28 minutes. Ooh, Sudeep Raj Badal, my special brother over there. He says, "Hey Anuj, I call it a day with 10 pips in the London session with Raja." Ooh, beautiful. So that was nice, huh? So hopefully you guys caught some buys. The buys was making a lot of sense, to be honest. The 4-hour candle flip, 1-hour candle flip. I mean, the buy on the break of the high. I mean, that was definitely some trade, right? That's really good that you're here just for the experience sake. I mean, sometimes being in front of the market just for the sake of actually experiencing, rather than that urge to click buttons, is amazing. You know, it's amazing how people realize experience counts. So, GBP pulls back as only Saunders stick to hawkish agenda. Yes, we actually read the news and it was kind of hawkish, kind of optimistic, so which is pretty good. It's got more than change as expected, but less hawkish tone than expected. Lacking a meaningful bounce. Okay. It's going to be interesting. All right, so Giger says, do you know a website where you can journal your trades? I do know a website. The website's name is, what's the name? Is it Trixie?
Trixie, yeah, Trixie.
Yes, sir, Trixie.com. But I think that's a paid service. So I kind of journal on my own. I just screenshot the things. You know, it's way easier.
Trixie.trade, I guess. Trixie.trade.
Yep, there you go. Forex Interactive trading. I mean, this is not sponsored or anything. Just an educational preview. We're not using anybody's logo or something. I mean, we just We're just talking about the ideas. This is an educational channel again at the same time. So this is one of the journaling sites some of my friends they use, and they've been saying it's pretty good. But I'm not gonna use it because I generate on my own, just manually journal, just journal. Sudeep Raj Badal, brother, he says, oh yes, it was awesome. It was a 9-minute trade. Market just showed us the way and worked exactly as planned. Beautiful. See, actually, Sudeep, brother, he only recently started trading, and I know him, and he has actually learned a lot in a short period of time. I think it's all on people's age and how much mature they are in front of the market. I know he's a pretty mature guy over there, and his approach to the market must be very different than some of the other 90% failing traders. And I know he's doing really well. He's been reading the market, experiencing the market, noting things down, and learning well. I mean, beautiful. Beauty. And Jackie M says, Sudeep Raj Badal. Yep, bro, I saw that. It spiked as soon as the London opened. Yes, sir. Sudeep Raj Badal, brother, says, thank you, brother. All thanks to you and Raja. Oh, no worries. All right, Giger says, how do you do it then? What I used to do was, I used to have a folder for, let's say I was journaling for August, right? So what I used to do was folder August, and I used to say date, and I used to write before and after. So before and after, first I used to write the date on the screenshot at the name. So 2000 something, August something, and I'm gonna write before, and I'm gonna write same name, same title, and I'm gonna write after. And sometimes what happens is the most valuable information is out there on the hourly. Let's say the support was made on hourly, so I need to include that hourly journal. If a support was made on hourly and I make a daily candle sort of a journal, it's not going to work like that. It's not going to work. So you kind of have to, journaling basically means you're just trying to note down things that worked for you and you saw in the market. And you just want to see the same thing over and over again. Or another thing could be, for example, you failed in the market, somehow something got wrong. Now you just want to note down things that went wrong, and you just want to write down things what you could have done right. And over time, when you review your trades and you look back into your trades, you will see similarities on your mistakes, and that's how you don't repeat the mistakes. Or you will see similarities on your winners. And you're going to note down things like, you know what? Oh, this was the London open time. That's when the market pushed up. You're gonna say, oh, okay, so the market opened, spike. Dun, 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 dun. Just give me a second, guys. Oh, sorry about that. All right, so sometimes that was it. I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. Boom, 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 boom. Mandish has another chart here. Trade went good, but I did not like it. Buys in the break of the previous hourly candles high. Anticipated London volume to push price up. I mean, yeah, this is a really good example of journaling. I mean, simple journal. And I know a friend, my friend Nikesh. He has amazing journal. So he actually manually built that journal on an Excel file, and he has the most organized journal out there. My journal looks really ugly, really ugly, but his journal is beautiful. He's got like proper tables, so I'll try and find it for you guys. Maybe tomorrow I'll bring it up. If I can share it with you guys, I'll share it with you guys. Don't worry. The pair was highly volatile during the trade. I was not very confident. I had to secure before 10 pips. Use 4% risk for this trade. Ooh, 4%. How could I have done better? Yep, I mean, this is really good. See? So when I used to journal, I used to also write down things like, all right, so this was the trade. Now, what can be a review of that trade? On the review, I used to write, all right, so a better thing could have been once I waited for the hourly candle to close, or maybe a better thing, I would always review my trades. Review your trades. So journaling is basically review your trades. That's all. Simple. And at this point in time, GJ is just breaking a lot of people's heart. Breaking a lot of people's heart. We're going to experience the market open in the next 21 minutes. It's going to be interesting. Until then, we are waiting. $16 more minutes.
Anush, hey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you had COVID vaccine?
Not yet, sir.
I just found out the news on vaccine that Israel launched its third dose.
They're taking third dose.
Yeah, third dose.
Oh my god. I thought it was only two, isn't it? No?
Yeah, yeah. I thought so, but I just found out the news just 1 minute ago.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think you know what I think? I think everything is like I mean, obviously we don't want to make this video a conspiracy video, but I think a lot of media out there, it's like it's trying to manipulate people's mind. They want to control us, you know. A lot of things I hear. I mean, this is a capitalist nation, and in Australia right now, you know what the government is saying. Some of the labor parties are saying they are offering $300 for people who actually vaccinate themselves. So if you want to vaccinate yourself, if you want to vaccinate yourself, man, people are governments paying you money to test the vaccine on your body. $300.
Yeah, like they're making people guinea pigs. Like
Guinea pigs. I know, paid guinea pigs. Oh my god.
yeah,
I know. It's pretty crazy. So now, in my state, in New South Wales, I mean, the situation is almost like if you don't have a vaccine, you can't go out. It's gonna be that. I'll tell you this. It's gonna be that. So the freedom, the rights, just gone out of the window. Bam, just gone out of the window.
I have heard rumors about they're changing passports, like differentiating between the vaccinated people and non-vaccinated people.
That's what I heard too.
God, it's
I know, crazy. All right, so Sudeep Brother on YouTube says, well, I guess somebody has to be a guinea pig. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Well, if you're being a guinea pig, it's better to be a paid guinea pig. That's true as well. Might as well get some dollars out of it. Yeah, pretty solid. Oh my god. I was saying $300 is not enough. So they're so they're psychologically preparing us. You know, they're trying to make us bargain now. Some of the people are saying, "Oh man, $300 is not enough. You should make it 600, double it up." So I think that's what's gonna happen. Man, it's pretty crazy.
man. We're entering lockdown again from tonight.
Oh, is it? Ooh.
Yeah,
Till when is it?
oh, you never know.
Oh my lord. Yeah.
The lockdown ended just last week, maybe last week. Yeah, 1 week ago. Now again.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's been locking down, isn't it? Victoria's been locking down. Yeah, I don't even have a clue if my state is in lockdown because I'm in home every day from morning till night. I don't even go out. Everything is inside. I've got my supplies, so I don't even need to go out, and I don't even know now.
Yeah, it's better to learn trading now at this time.
It's actually the best. It's actually the best. Whoever learned trading last year and a few years back, I mean, this is the best thing. For me,
Yeah.
it's the best thing. I mean, I don't have to go out, nothing. It's amazing. Oh my god. People are starting to bargain about the price. It's just funny.
Maybe second dose is not working as well. That's why they're getting third dose.
No, yeah, you know what I guess? I guess somebody out there, some motherfucker out there, is saying, you know what? You know what? Let's just double the dose, man. Let's just give the people like let's see how much a side effect we see, how much blood clotting we see. You know, man, it's just too scary for me to be honest. I mean, some of the people believe in it so much they believe the vaccine to their death. But I don't know. I just honestly I don't know. Man, oh man.
And there is something called New World Order or something.
Oh, is
People
it?
trying to control. Yeah, people trying to control everything.
Oh my god.
Imagine without a vaccine, we can't go anywhere.
I know. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're saying. Now they're actually branding the vaccine and marketing the vaccine in the news channel, like, oh, this is your passport to travel. Soon our country is going to a freedom. What? To a freedom? To a freedom by the vaccine? Oh man, come on. It's pretty dangerous how they brand and market the things out there. You know, they prepare the mind and they just make you buy the things, or they just sell the stuffs to you without even knowing.
Australia is not doing well. Yeah, since last year,
Yep.
it's pretty bad here.
True. I think US is doing pretty well right now. I think US is doing well. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna force us to take a vaccine, man. It's just misery. Just so misery. And the pound yen hourly candle is coming to a close in the next 7 minutes. Looks like 152 250 is going to be broken here. I mean, it has broken already that level. I mean, if the price starts closing below that level, I'm looking to take sales. So let's see what's going to happen in the next 7 minutes. Is the NY market going to push the prices in pound yen even lower, or what? Let's see. Let's see. If this hourly candle closes below 152 250, I mean the range from 152 250 all the way down is in about 23 pips, which is good. All right, so on YouTube, I casted a vote, and looks like 10 people have voted. 10, is it 10? Oh no, 11 people have voted on YouTube. I asked people saying, what do you think GJ is going to move? And 11 people voted. 73% of the people say it's going up. So majority of people think GJ is going up. Yes, I mean, according to the news, GJ should pump up, but not sure what it's doing right now. Is it waiting for the NY volume to sort of grab liquidity on the downside before moving up? If that is the case, I mean, buys could make sense at that point in time, but right now it is what it is. And pound yen is just hanging around there. Let's see how the hourly candle is going to close in the next 3 minutes. More than likely, it's going to close dodgy. So here's another thing that I'm going to do today. I mean, I'm definitely sure when there are high volume news event, right? These sort of events usually freezes the price. It's like the price doesn't move anywhere. It just hold on to one level until there's a high volume, like there's some sort of liquidity grab, and then only the price starts moving. And I also know by fact that, you know what, tomorrow there's NFP. So what are the chances gold's gonna move today? I mean, really less chance. Because tomorrow's NFP, and I've seen prices in gold, prices in pound yen, sort of like waiting for the high impact news event, especially like NFP. So I'm gonna be here for, I would say, 30 minutes after the 30 to 45 minutes after the bank open, because we will see what the market does. And if there's nothing, I'm not gonna stay here waiting for a trade, because I know I've actually marked today and tomorrow as a sort of like a no volume considered day. So if you look into my trading plan, I've got my month scheduled, and I've declared like few of the days like quality days, if it happens to be quality days, and some of the days as non-quality days. Like today London session was the move. So anybody who took that London session trade, I mean, beautiful. That was the move for today. A beautiful buy. And right now there's nothing happening. I'm going to be here for another 45 minutes, and after that I might even call it a day, because there's no point to sort of like speculate a ranging market, right? So kind of waiting here. Kind of waiting. It's always nice to be around friends and talk about ideas. It's kind of amazing. So there isn't much happening right now. Isn't much happening. 2 more minutes left for the market open, so kind of waiting for the volume. And this is the market open time right now. New York market open right here. The 8 a.m. EST candle. Previous hourly candle closed bearish, probably with a small body, showing some of the dodgy body candles, candle sign. I mean, so a support, sort of a price action could be considered here. I mean, price is rejecting this 152 250 level. I mean, as long as price stays bullish, I'm actually expecting buys above 152 765. The way it has actually grabbed liquidity, if it has to move somewhere with volume, I mean, buys also make sense, sells also make sense. Just have to see candles pushing with volume here at this point in time. We are in the first few minutes of the bank open. Let's see how gold is moving at this point in time. Gold is still in within that range. In within that range. 4-hour candle in GJ, still bearish, has 58 minutes left for its close. And the previous 2-hour candle closed bearish. I mean, obviously, previous 2-hour candle clearly shows some sort of resistance, some sort of rejection from this 4-hour previous rejection area. This gray area was the resistance area. Notice around here. So at this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to erase this area on the top. It looks like the market is still showing some sort of bearish sign here at this point in time. So I have to see. Our hourly candle has made that top wick and is rejecting it at this point in time. Trying to push down. Let's see what's going to happen. Ooh. Pound yen pushing down really nice and slow. We are 5 minutes in the market right now. 5 minutes. And haven't seen any significant move. Unemployment claims in the next 25 minutes. Unemployment claims in the next 25 minutes. Kevin on YouTube is posting bugs. Bug emoji. Emoji. Bug emoji. Is that bug or alien? Alien. All right, so the 4-hour candle on GG flipping bullish. 4-hour candle is flipping bullish at this point in time. 4-hour candle has 53 minutes left for its close. 53 minutes. And the New York market is pushing the prices in pound yen bullish. Interesting. So have we grabbed that liquidity we needed before the price could push up? Potentially. Looking at the 4-hour, it's quite obvious. 4-hour candle going to close in the next 46 minutes. And if the volatility has died, I mean, it's kind of moving right now. So maybe the market is just waiting for that unemployment claims. And otherwise, I mean, it's just moving with the structure. 4 is kind of bullish, moving up with a liquidity grab, as we talked about before. Before candles could move after volatile news, it just requires some sort of liquidity grab. And potentially, this is a liquidity grab the candles were waiting for, the downside move. And the candles are pushing up, and the buys are very apparent at this point in time. I mean, as long as price starts closing and breaking above 150 to 595, it's kind of looking nice to push up. So I'm expecting a buy above 150 to 765 because there's a better range on the upside in about 34 pips range from my price level. On an hourly time frame, it's way clear. On a 30-minute, I mean, there is some sort of glitches and some sort of trouble around that area, but I'm willing to take buys above this level. So we'll have to see if that's going to make sense. So I'm not going to take a buy near a resistance, not near a daily rejection area. Kind of have to see a support. I mean, obviously there's this liquidity grab, there's this support forming slowly but surely. I mean, still waiting for the candles. Wow. Candles bullishing up. Pretty nice. Yep, I think it's going to move up. I think it's going to move up the way it's moving right now. Obviously, previous 15-minute candle closed with no wick on the top, but still moving up with volume here. As long as price starts breaking 152.765 right now, I mean, there's a higher chance it could move up. So I'm thinking about, what about a buy stop somewhere around 152.800, right? So let's see what's going to happen. 152.800 buy stop. Ooh, and it's moving before the news. It's kind of funny because it's moving through the news, and I know that unemployment claims it is one of those news where we see shock effects, and if there's going to be a shock effect around that time, it's going to be pretty bad. But let's see what's going to happen. 153 to 15. $153 to 15, 153, 800. 153, 800. in about 10 minutes away from the unemployment claims right now. In about 10 minutes.
Hey, Anuj,
Yeah. How are you, Giger?
I'm doing really good. Um, there was a really nice sell. I didn't take it, but I anticipated it, and it worked out really good on gold.
Oh, yep. I was actually looking at it on the break of the low, was it?
On the break of the hour low, it broke the hour's low.
Uh-huh.
Actually, yeah, it looked really clean on the 30-minute, and it went down. Now it's having like a little retracement, but it dropped 14 pips.
Yep. I was actually
That was
looking
a
at it in my terminal. I didn't take it. Didn't take
yeah,
it.
me
Yep.
uh,
Go
that
on.
GJ with a huge rejection on the 15-minute. I was gonna probably take a buy stop
Yep.
like around, you said 800, but I was gonna take it a little earlier, like 650, 680,
Uh-huh.
and it just rejected. Now it's just doing what it
I
does.
know. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to wait a little bit more. I'm going to wait for 9 minutes, and then I'll think, and then only I'm going to think about putting a buy stop.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, hopefully the buy stop's going to be a good idea. In about 20 minutes in the market right now. 20 minutes in the market, sir. 20 minutes. Ooh. Gold is pushing down. Wow. Alrighty. In about 5 minutes away from the unemployment claims here, and more than likely unemployment claim numbers are going to be good. Let's see what's going to happen. They're expecting bad numbers. Actually, they're expecting good numbers. I think it's going to be good numbers. So the less people claim, I mean, that's better. So let's see what's going to happen. Ba, ba. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. In the next 30 seconds, we are about to experience some volume here. In the next 30 seconds. And here we go. Any good? Number any good or bad? Actually turned out to be good. The numbers turned out to be good than before. So before it was 400 and right now 385,000 claims. So technically good numbers, not as good as expected, but I mean good, pretty good. So let's see what's going to happen. Is gold going to drop down because the numbers are good? Was the market waiting for the numbers, or the market is ranging because it's waiting for NFP? Until now, we haven't seen anything. I mean, the spread is also pretty tight. The spread hasn't widened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to pound yen, and I'll try and see if Mr. Pound yen could move somewhere. Let's see. And the previous 30-minute candle actually closed within the range. It couldn't close above and close inside the range. It looks like the market is pretty rangy, so it's only telling me to kind of, hey man, you know what? Just shut the charts down and just talk about different ideas, or we'll call it a day. That's what the market's telling me right now. Because we are in about 30 minutes in the market, and the market hasn't moved anywhere, right? So potentially the volume might show up around NYSE. And if that is the case, I'm not willing to stay to NYSE, because if the market is rangy right now and there's NFP tomorrow, there's a higher chance the market's just going to range, and it's not going to make sense. The way it's moving right now, it doesn't make sense at all. All right, on YouTube, Alpha Napoleomia says, I think tomorrow we are going to have huge moves with NFP. I mean, that could be the case. That could be the case. I'm actually expecting heavy moves too. Personally, why? Because gold has been ranging for some time, right? So actually gold in the most recent price action ranging side by side for 5, almost 6 days. And it's been ranging in that range for... It's been ranging in that range for almost about a month. Yes, almost about a month, 30 days. So 30 days of hardcore range, that means it's going to move somewhere. So it's actually going to be interesting where it's going to move. It's actually going to be interesting. If the NFP numbers turns out to be good, I mean, we do have a lot of targets on the downside, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see what the numbers, expected numbers are tomorrow. Bailey. Ooh. So Bailey is pretty hawkish about. So Bailey is talking about GDP, so gross domestic product. Wow, we're gonna look at that. So, well, the numbers expected tomorrow are pretty nice. They're expecting good numbers, which kind of makes sense for gold to push down if it's actually pushing down. So they're also looking at unemployment rate. I think unemployment rate is also yeah, it's either going to be almost about same, or it's going to be like only some point of difference there. So we'll see. But look at this. See, so Bailey was talking about how the GDP will recover to 2019's level by the end of the year. Wow, so it's actually talking about good stuff. Interesting. We are 35 minutes in the market right now, and the market's been pretty rangy. Pretty rangy, sir. Pretty rangy. I think one of the best moves today was the London session move, to be honest. London session move, that's all. And the Asian session too. if I have to make the charts naked, look at this. The Asian session move from here. The Asian session move after the Asian market opened up. I mean, it was bullish. Just pushed up. All right, so Alpha Napolimio says exactly my thoughts. It has been in a relatively tight range. Yes, it is in a tight range. It's almost like sort of like people who look into auto block. I mean, this is their fortune right now. People who look into auto blocks, this is their fortune right now. They're waiting for the break, and they're gonna see it tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Mr. Auto Block. All right, guys. Looks like I'm gonna call it a day in the next 6 to 7 minutes here. If it's not gonna move anywhere in the next 10 minutes, if the pound yen is not moving anywhere, I mean, I'm gonna call it a day. But I can obviously answer questions if you guys have any questions. I mean, yeah, I can answer it. I can answer your question about the market. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We are going to send the Zoom link on the YouTube. Bang, bang, bang. Let's see. There you go. And the guys from the YouTube can hop in like bam, 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 bam. Ba, 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 bam. So we're gonna be here for another 3 to 5 minutes. And looks like pound yen is just rangy. I mean, clearly rangy market. Clearly rangy. And is there any question from anybody? Looks like Pound Yen is just hanging around there. Mr. Pound Yen is hanging around there. Mr. Pound Yeno is hanging around. Hanging around. Pound Yen 4-hour candle closing in the next 16 minutes. Interesting. All right, so looks like I'm gonna call it a day because the market is rangy. The market is rangy. There's no use of waiting, man. Honestly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it a day, and I'm gonna take it easy. So if sales are coming in below 152, 250, I mean, if my alerts are gonna get hit, I might look into it. If the alerts are gonna get hit, right? So it depends how I feel at that time. But obviously, it looks like today on my calendar, when I noted down this day would be a non-quality day, turned out to be a non-quality day because obviously monetary policy, and we've seen that over past times that around monetary policy is sort of a summary day. This is what happens: the market just grabs liquidity on the top, on the bottom, and sometimes it moves. I mean, sometimes it just grabs liquidity, and there's NFP tomorrow, so there's a very highly unlikely chance the market's going to move anywhere. So I'm actually going to call it a day. So thank you guys for coming in. Thank you to the guys in the YouTube. Amazing love and support from you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. And I will see you guys next time. That's what I'll do. I will see you guys next time.
All right,
See,
Anuj.
see you
I'm
later.
gonna leave now.
Me too. I'll see you later.
Bye bye. Good night.
See. Good night. Good night, though.